Good day all. This is an SIT for screen hangoff operation. So we want to check the adaptability of the SmartBlaster top sub and the Slickline stem. Firstly, this is the Slickline stem that has a 15-16 sucker rod pin and also a 15-16 sucker rod box. So we would like to make the top sub of the SmartBlaster that also has a 15-16 sucker rod to check if they can adapt. From this SIT, we can confirm that the top sub of the SmartBlaster and also the stem of the Slickline BHA adapted properly. Thank you. Good day all, we are here at MakeUp to carry out an SIT. This SIT is to check the adaptability of the Slickline trigger tool to the MSST, the MSST to the setting sleeve, and after that you have the packer, then the packer Hangoff crossover to the safety joint, and then to the screens. This is the top sub of the SmartBlaster. This makes up to the Slickline conveyance BHA. After it is the battery housing. This houses the battery that provides the voltage for the tool to operate. And next is the transducer, also known as the memory section. It contains the data memory, pressure and temperature values, firing parameters used to program the tool. And this is the shooting module. The shooting module amplifies the voltage from the battery to a high level shooting voltage. The weight bar adds extra weight to the two strings, and this makes up to the multi-stage setting tool. We made it up and we saw that it was adapted properly. This MSST provides stroke and force required to set the packer. It connects externally to the setting sleeve and also internally to the wireline adapter kit. Next is the TechDare 278 packer. This packer sets in the tubing and hangs off the screen. We have the Hangoff crossover, and next is the safety joints. We don't have the screens here, but we've done the screen in our previous operation and it adapted okay without issues. So let's have a view of the entire BHA. From the top sub down to the safety joint. Thank you. Good day all, we are here at MakeUp to carry out an SIT. This SIT is to check the adaptability of the Slickline trigger tool to the MSST to the setting sleeve, and after that you have the packer, then the packer Hangoff crossover to the safety joint, and then to the screens. So I would like to explain the components that comprise this buttonhole assembly. Firstly, we have the top sub of the SmartBlaster. It has a 1516 sucker rod that will be made up to the Slickline stem. Next is the battery housing. This battery section houses the battery that provides the voltage for the tool to operate. So let's make it up to see the adaptability. After that, we have the transducer. This is the memory section of the SmartBlaster. It contains data memory, pressure and temperature values, firing parameters used to program the SmartBlaster. So let's make it up. This is the shooting module. The shooting module amplifies the voltage from the battery to a high level shooting voltage. Then the bottom part of the SmartBlaster is the weight bar. The weight bar adds extra weight to the tool string, and this makes up to the MSST. We have the 11116 multi-stage setting tool. This MSST provides the stroke and force required to set the packer. So this is the MSST. We can see it adapted properly to the SmartBlaster.
This is an SIT in the field. Make sure to remove this protective tape before running in whole.
So next is a setting sleeve. This is the setting sleeve, 278 setting sleeve. The MSST connects externally to the setting sleeve. It connects externally to the setting sleeve. And this is the wireline adapter kit that has an extension rod. This connects internally in the MSST. So we can see from here the MSST and the setting sleeve made up properly. So this is the internal thread of the wireline adapter kits to the MSST, and from the video we can see that it made up properly. So let's make up the setting sleeve back. That practice is to confirm that the wireline adapter kit made up properly to the MSST. So this is the TechDev 278 Paragon 2 packer. This packer sets in the tubing and hangs off the screens. So let's make it up to see its adaptability.
This is an SIT in the field. Make sure to remove this protective tape before running in whole. Note that the packer has a left-hand thread, so mix up to the wireline adapter kit by left-hand turns. Note that the setting sleeve must flush with the top of the packer.
So now use the lock ring in the MSST to tighten off the setting sleeve. Lastly, we have the safety joints, and after the safety joints, then the screens. I would like to show us the entire BHA from the top sub So this is the entire BHA. When we made everything up, we saw that they all adapted and everything were okay. Good day all. This is an SIT for screen hangoff operation. Now I want to check the adaptability of the retrieving tool that serves as a contingency for this operation. Firstly, this is the Slickline stem. It has a 1516 sucker rod pin and also a 1516 box. So we want to check if the 278 retrieving tool for the Paragon 2 packer will adapt to the Slickline stem. We can see that the stem and the 278 retrieval tool adapted properly. And so this SIT is confirmed okay. Thanks.